Hamas released disturbing video over the weekend of emaciated Israeli hostages, one of whom appeared to be digging his own grave in its vast network of underground tunnels. Joining us live now is political analyst Joe Siracusa. Morning, Joe. It served, didn't it, as a reminder that Hamas is a terror group that tortures its captives.
Good morning, Pete. Look, there's nothing nice about these guys. You know, after all, Hamas translated into Hebrew means violence. So what else are they about? There are about 16,000 members of Hamas left from the original 30,000 that went to war with Israel on that famous October 7 day. So they're going to be a problem. You notice a lot of the Arab and Muslim world says that before we can move on, that Hamas has got to back away from Gaza. They have to have no claim to the Palestinian government that may be formed in that neck of the woods. So, but they're not going anywhere, and so they are a reminder to us that the war against terrorism, Israel's war against terrorism, is vigilance, eternal vigilance. I mean, these people, they're just going to duck for cover when somebody comes in with a bulldozer. And where do they go next? I'll tell you where they go next. They plan for the next one. So what we have there is a cancer there that isn't going to be cut out for a long, long time.
Well, and you got to remember that it's grand plan, its ideology is to wipe Israel off the map.
Well, look, they've been consistent about that. Look, when I was a kid, that used to be the headline in all the paper that Israel's up against 40 million enemies all the time. So had a lot of support in the Midwest.
Yeah, well, in every direction.
Where I grew up. And you know, a lot of that is still true today. The thing is that Israel didn't have all that that opposition within their territory. That is, they're facing not only a nation or a threat that wants to wipe them off the map, but they're facing a threat within their own borders. This is a very different kind of a war. It's not where you fight somebody who's trying to break your borders down. You're fighting people within your home. So can you imagine in Sydney, being at war with the west side or the south side or something? I mean, so, it's an internal war, and it's going to take a long time to heal. And I'll tell you what, before we can have a two-state solution, we're going to have to get rid of these guys, because, Pete, they ain't going nowhere.
No, and all you got to see is just the tunnel network, and you saw it, in some of those videos of those emaciated hostages. That's where they all are, in that underground network, and you see the concrete arches, just very difficult to get into.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've taken their inspiration, of course, from the Viet Cong in the 1960s. I mean, the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong held off the United States Air Force because of these tunnels. These tunnels are elaborate. People live in them. And, of course, the idea of being a hostage there for several years, I mean, it just boggles the mind to think that humans can do this to each other. But I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it's going to be a very sad place. Hamas could have ended this sooner rather than later, but they've lost. It's just their problem now is where they're going to hide, and I think they're going to hide within Israel itself.
Okay, Joe, we'll have to leave it there. Appreciate it, though. We'll chat to you again soon.